Hi guys, welcome to this micro LED on professional engineering and project management. Today we are going through work breakdown structure, which is one of the part of the project management plan. Moving on to the introduction, work breakdown structure or WBS as it is usually called is one of the first steps of the PERT or program evaluation and review technique analysis to determine the duration and completion probability of a project. So in WBS, the work is broken down into smaller components so that tasks are easily scheduled and controlled. Each descending level of the WBS hierarchy has detailed information on the task that is to be completed. So moving on to one example. So for example, if we want to clean my room, the following is the work breakdown structure for that. Cleaning room is one of the main tasks which will have several main tasks associated with it, such as mopping the floor, under which subtasks can be detailed, such as mixing cleaner with water in buckets. So we can see 0.0, which is clean room, and under that come the main tasks or deliverables, right? So first 1.0 we have mop floor, right? So under mop floor we have the detailed tasks or the sub-level tasks such as get mop and bucket out, mix cleaner with water in bucket, rinse out bucket, and mop. The tasks which come under the main tasks or the subtasks which come under the main tasks are not necessarily need to be in order, but they can be in any order. Moving on to the types of work breakdown structure, right? So we know there are many types of work breakdown structure. And the most common one that we are focusing on in project management is the deliverable and phase-based work breakdown structure. So first of all, we will discuss about the deliverable based work breakdown structure, right? The major deliverables, right, or the main tasks of a main project are used as the first level in the work breakdown structure. In the phase-based work breakdown structure, there are many projects that are structured this way, right? Organized by project phases. So each phase in the phase-based work breakdown structure would represent the first level, right, of the WBS, and their deliverables would be on the next level, and so on. We also have some examples in which it will be easier to grasp the concepts of deliverable and phase-based work breakdown structure. So moving on to example 2, we have a multimedia project, right? And for this multimedia project, we will try to create the work breakdown structure using the deliverable based WBS. So we can see and the multimedia project is called 0.0, right? That is the main project. So under that we will have certain deliverables, right, which are books, CD and DVD, right? So it is basically for a similar item. So for that we are creating book, CD and DVD also, right? So all those tasks can be done simultaneously. So we do not need to do those tasks in phases, right? So actually the part where we have the main deliverables, we call that the first level. So under the first level comes the subtasks. So for example, under books, which is 1.01, we will have the sub-level tasks, which is 1.1 writing, 1.2 publishing, and 1.3 producing, and 1.4 selling. They are the sub-level tasks which will come under level 2. And under 1.4 selling, we have 1.4.1, which is retail, and 1.4.2, which is mail. They are further broken down after the subtasks, right, into more smaller tasks, which comes into level 3 of the work breakdown structure. Now moving on to example 3, which is a WBS for a phase-based work breakdown structure. So phase-based work breakdown structure are normally used for engineering projects, right, in which work needs to be sequential in phases. So they are tasks which cannot be done simultaneously. So for example, in order to do the construction, we need the initiation phase of the project. So for example, if we have a construction project for a double-story house, that will come under 0.0, right, because that is the main project, and under those will come the project phases, right? So 1.0 phase 1, let's say, can be the initiation phase of the project, right, in which there are conceptual designs of the project, right? They are the data requirements, the process requirements, right? And identifying or data entries, right? Loading data modeling tool, right? And under phase 2, let's say this is the construction phase, right, which is 2.0. We can list down all the main tasks and the subtasks, right, that we will be doing in order to complete the construction. And let's say phase 3 will be our final step of the project, that is, for example, commissioning of the project, right? What requirements are there for commissioning of the project? And finally, we have an exercise. So we have to develop a phase-based work breakdown structure for a wind turbine installation project with 4 phases and 3 levels. The work breakdown structure should include phases, main tasks, and sub-level tasks. Each level should have tasks that are non-repeating. So I want you to think, right, what are the 4 phases that are usually carried out in the wind turbine installation project, right? Moving on to the solution, right? We have our main project, right, which is the wind turbine installation, and we can see we have our 4 phases. So first we would have the project management, right, which comes under the initiation stage of the project. So under those we have the project timeline, which is very important for, right? So that is actually what we are studying at the moment, right? So we are studying one of the part of the project management, which is the work breakdown structure. So the project timeline is determined, right, through the work breakdown structure, the activity table, and carrying out the PERT analysis. The team development is very important, right? Also the project charter and the project plan. Under the project plan comes the scope, the schedule, and the cost. So we can see we have easily 3 levels. So after that we would normally do the assessment, right, or the wind site resource assessment for determining the wind power feasibility, right? The environmental issues, getting the legal approval, and the site selection if we have done several wind resource assessment for a particular island or country. And then when everything is approved, we would go into the construction phase where the contractor is selected, and then the installation of the wind turbines take place. And final phase would be the operational phase where we would hire contractors for maintenance purposes, or they would monitor, right, the operation of the wind turbine farm, and also carry research and development, also data analysis. So that's the end of our micro LED session. Right? Thank you everyone for attending and paying attention.